We see BNI as an anchor within the banking industry. We are the oldest bank, and we are here to stay in the very long run. And there's enough proof shown, studies, surveys shown that for companies that takes care of the environment, of its people, has a better chance of a long-term survival. So that wasn't very difficult to show. You know, there are some facts and figures to show that. But in the immediate short-term targets, profits, people see obviously environmental protection measures as being an additional cost. The first hurdle is obviously getting others engaged within the bank, not just the board. I mean, the board is already pretty much committed, and in fact, we have incorporated that in one of our mission statements, not only to look at social issues, but social and environmental issues. Therefore, we quickly set up a team to introduce sustainability ideas. And our first hurdle, obviously, is to get others engaged, the employees. We need to walk the talk, if you like, not just the board, but the whole entire employees of the bank. The new recruits, the younger generation, if you like, they are already a lot more attuned to environmental issues. Perhaps the older generation, this is where we need a bit more buy-in, because they are now, of course, dealing with multi-stakeholders outside of our banks. And as you know, there's a lot of skepticism about the viability of having a sustainable concept embedded in the way we do banking. First, we set up a team, but a team of volunteers. We didn't yet put that into a formal, within our organization design. There's no organization structure, but we just got a few volunteers from within the bank who were interested, because we thought that we needed the buy-in. We couldn't force it on people, but then quickly we got a lot of volunteers, introducing simple programs like bike to work, using tumblers, electricity, water usage, paper. Now we have a bigger project on that one where we have all our regulations online. These are steps that changing people's behavior within the bank. And slowly, this has become more aware. Employees have become more aware. And in fact, this year, we are now setting up this team within the new organization structure. And this structure is immediately under the CEO. Now we're starting to have measures, key performance indicator of how many paper usage per unit. And we look at the electricity also per unit. These are simple measures that people are starting to get engaged. And obviously, other bigger measures is now being worked out to introduce it to a wider audience, our stakeholders outside of the bank. We've been alone in this quest, really, of pushing sustainability. In fact, our team has been, pretty much active, working with the central bank, and getting it to this point. It's actually really a few good people with the same vision, wanting to do it, and actually taking it forward. There's already enough awareness about it. But there's always this, the skeptics are saying it's too costly. It's too costly, we still need to grow, we still need to play catch up. And it's exactly this vision that has placed us where we are today. The environmental degradation is just indescribable. Being a state bank, being an anchor in the banking industry, we are in a position to introduce and enforce big ideas such as this, right? We have the largest branch network. We will serve as a good intermediary for the sustainability concept. But understanding that, we can be effective in that, but we also we need to show some successes. And we have shown some successes in micro projects. Our CSR is not only just as a promotional, but as I said, we're exactly putting our resources, our people, and obviously funding, and getting other organizations, NGOs, involved in certain projects that we introduce. For example, we have City Forest in Banda Aceh, but we also have a sustainability concept for it's part CSR, part micro lending projects whereby we introduce sustainability concepts. Yeah, but it's really small steps, building blocks to something bigger. We have tested the ground for example, our mortgage credits, whereby we introduce certain measures, sustainability concept. For example, we work only with developers who does proper water treatment, only with developers who does properly the waste system, for example. You know, we have these measures, and we are targeting a specific segment, young professionals who are very well aware about environmental issues, and this is called BNI Gria, and in fact, there is a market for it. So it's actually making it available for people who are already aware of the need of environmental consciousness. So there is actually a segment, and now this is a test that is actually quite successful. It has been truly difficult for us to convince different stakeholders, the business community, that this is something that we need to take seriously, and that the cost will justify in the long run. This is the biggest challenge, because it's in the long run, whereby profit targets are short-term vision in nature. But I think I'm encouraged, as I said, that more and more people are beginning to be convinced about it. And a push factor, obviously, if the regulatory body is prepared to introduce this push factor so that all our work can be supported fully. At the moment, only the environmental impact assessment is enforced. Whether or not the quality is of any credibility, this is where we're trying to deepen our understanding of. Yeah? But in order for us to be able to enforce this and having a deeper or deepening the key performance indicator on this, we need obviously the support of the regulatory body. And I'm happy to say that BNI has been intensively discussing with the central bank, and I'm happy to see the central bank now had just signed an MOU with the Ministry of Environment of actually introducing this into the sectors. It would make a huge difference if there is a regulatory body introducing this. It gives us the extra ammunition that we've been hoping it would come about, yeah. But understandably, we need to take it step by step. It's a lot of education, learning process. That's why we are giving the right signals by putting our investments, be that CSR or our test case, even with the mortgage lending, and this can be moved up to more the business banking, but that requires a more cooperation with many other parties, including the regulatory bodies. There's enough proof and discussion and surveys and to say that it works. And we just need to have faith and believe in it. But understandably, I'm encouraged because not only our vision is now more and more parties are participating, our employees, our immediate stakeholders, as proven by the young professionals who are happy with the mortgage lending based on environmental standards, and now many other sectors, renewable energy, the energy sectors, a lot of the infrastructure projects that we are financing, more and more parties are singing the same tune and wanting to contribute to this, because we understand what is happening in Indonesia. The environmental degradation is just so visible that I think it takes a vision of a few other people to push it forward. And I'm very encouraged that this is already, it's already visible.